What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Today we have Bitcoin setting at $68,000. The SPY is opening up at 524, setting on our line of support, and the Qs are at 454, slightly down for the day. But today I wanted to discuss why we are about to see a massive wave of buying in the markets, or are these markets a double top? All right, guys, if that sounds good to you, let's get started and get right into the video. Be sure to hit that like button if you like this content. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more, and let's go. All right, guys. So a lot of people are calling this possibly a double top for the markets. As you can see on the Qs and the SPY, we have slightly higher highs, and everybody is wondering, is this the end for the markets? Well, I do not think so, and I will get into that. But first, I wanted to discuss both sides because it's always good to understand both sides of the markets as an investor and trader. Um, that is very important. So, where could these markets go? Well, for now, we are holding this line of support on the S&P. Really, I think probably we could go ahead and put another box in here just to highlight this area where we may see the S&P possibly go probably somewhere into this range. I think is probably uh, likely. Or we could set on top of here and bounce if we take a measurement off the high down to where we're at currently. Well, we're down about 1.6%. I could see something like maybe a 3% correction or so here. And then we may see a bounce. If we fall below that, well, then obviously we may go back down and retest this lower low that we put in here. But honestly, I think we are looking just to possibly put in a higher low before making a higher high, and I will explain why. So this is a chart of the money supply versus the S&P 500, and as you can see, it is very correlated. Some analysts and experts say there is about a 93% correlation to the money supply and the stock market. So all we really need to do is keep an eye on the money supply. And here is a chart of the M2 money supply. This is the weekly chart. And as you can see, this goes back here to around 2020. I am zoomed in here just a little bit, just so you can get a better idea what's going on. And this is almost the exact pattern you're seeing play out across several of these sectors outside of the big cap blue chip stocks. You see several sectors displaying this almost exact pattern right here, bottoming out in October of 2023 before the big run we started into the last quarter of 2023 and the first quarter of 2024. So that is where we are at currently, starting to make a series of higher lows, and you see that liquidity just ticked up again. So that is positive for the markets. We know that the government has a big debt issue and that they are going to have to find a way to pay off that debt. So I showed this yesterday. This was released earlier this month, and it shows the buyback program of the treasuries that they will be buying back, a total of $15 billion just within the next 2 months. So this is just another part of the equation where we are seeing more liquidity come into the system. We know the government is still spending behind the scenes, trying to keep everything propped up. We are going into election. They want things to look good, and so they will do whatever is necessary to make the current party look good up until the election. Um, so that is just something to keep in mind. So what does this mean for the other markets? Well, we have gold sitting at 2347 this morning. The RSI's over as reset on the daily and is coming down just slightly. Excuse me, guys. Would I buy gold here? I don't know. I think you could do it as possibly a short-term day trade or a long-term investment. I don't see any problem with that. I still think gold goes to around $3,000. But one thing I wanted to point out on gold here is on the weekly, the RSI is coming down, so I could see gold potentially coming down to this box here around 2200, 2150. I think that is a real possibility. If it did, I think this would be a great entry price to get in on this gold run that kicked off just a couple of months ago. Pretty much the same thing for silver. Silver is just starting to tick up here again a little bit on the RSIs. There was something I saw in the charts here I want to share with you. We are still in an uptrend on the weekly, but that's just the price of silver. Here's what I really wanted to share with you is the silver miners. This is the ETF SLV, and we just got a golden cross on the daily RSI. So I could see this ETF doing pretty well here over the next couple of days. I'm still waiting a little bit longer before I want to get back in on this and just see where the weekly goes. But that's something to keep an eye on. A couple other stocks and ETFs I want to mention. One is Mara. This is the one of the Bitcoin miners. And you can see here on the RSI, we are ticking up. So it looks like Mara and some of these crypto miners are about to go higher, and you can see how this chart looks almost exactly like this chart right here. Again, back to 2020. This is a little bit zoomed in on that. If you zoom out, then you see that almost exact same pattern that we see on the M2 money supply. And we know that they will have to refinance the debt. So I could see MAR going much higher. I think the next target here still remains around 27. That will be our first line of resistance. But I would look to see Mara get somewhere within this box before possibly cooling off and going even higher later this year. Excuse me, guys. Still fighting a little bit of allergies. Anyway, let's move on to this ETF. This is block ETF. This is an ETF that uh, gives you exposure to crypto, similar to Mara, but it holds several different companies, including Robinhood and Coinbase. So this is a good way to just get general exposure to the crypto market in stocks without buying a specific stock. And this chart looks very similar to the one we saw on Mara. And you see we have a series of higher lows and higher highs. We are sitting on the trend line. So that is another option. Setting at 33.50, I think we could go up to this $38 level here in just the next couple of weeks or possibly next month or so. Um, so I think we are still at a pretty good entry price. If we zoom out here a little bit, you will see where this was during 2021, and it was much, much higher. So that is another option. If you are interested in investing or buying stocks, commodities, crypto, or ETFs, you can do so over on Robinhood. Right now, they are offering a 1% bonus and no cap on any transfer of an outside brokerage account to Robinhood. Plus, they offer 8 times the national savings rate and allow you to begin building your portfolio with just as little as $1. They also offer commission-free trading. So, if you are interested, there is a link down below. And as I mentioned, they allow you to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, SHIB, Doge, and many more, as well as gold and silver. This is a good way to start building an account if you want to get into investing or possibly trading. All right, guys, let's move into the crypto markets. That is what I really wanted to discuss today because I think time is running out for you to get in on these markets. We are just beginning to kick off alt season, it appears. And first off, we want to take at the Bitcoin heat liquidity map. So this is the liquidity showing the calls and puts options. You see this line right here around 68.5. The markets may want to go up there and sweep that level just to make some more money. We also have a level down here around $67,000. So you may see Bitcoin possibly dip down here and sweep this up. That is on the daily. If we go to the weekly, just to get a better idea of what this looks like. Again, you'll have an upper area here where there's a lot of liquidity sitting right around that $69,000 level. And I think we will go up and see that level again and retest the all-time highs as soon as possibly next week. And here is why. Well, if we go back to the Bitcoin chart, we see the RSI is coming down and getting ready to reach those lower levels. It looks like it may bottom out here sometime in the next couple of days, possibly by Monday. So that is a real possibility. And if we zoom out to the weekly chart, well, you see that we just had this cross a couple of days ago, actually about 2 weeks ago, and the Bitcoin price has started moving higher since wicking down here, down around that $60,000 level. That was just a couple weeks ago, And if you take a look at this chart here, this is the altcoin season chart. So this shows when the altcoins are underhyped versus overhyped, or basically cheap versus expensive. And this shows that we have this oscillation every quarter. And right now we are setting right here. So what does that mean for the altcoins? Well, this is where I think altcoin season is really just getting started. I think that you're going to see over the next couple of months these altcoins really start to take off. We have Ethereum sitting at 37.84. Um, Honestly, I think Ethereum is maybe a little bit overpriced here. I could see this coming down and retesting this midline of the channel somewhere around 34 to 3600. I think worst case, maybe for now, we could go down to 3200, somewhere right down in this area here before moving higher. We could see it actually go up and retest that $4,000 level, possibly in the next couple of days or weeks before moving down. I think that's a possibility. If we zoom out to the weekly chart, well, you see here, just like Bitcoin, we had the golden cross just a couple of weeks ago, right when we saw this massive green candle. So it does look like Ethereum may want to run up a little bit more before pulling back. To be honest, guys, I took just a little bit of profit here, um, and just in thinking that this may pull back and try to get another entry. That was just a trade I took, but the majority of my spot position is already in, starting down well below $3,000. Solana is sitting at 168, and the RSI is coming down on the daily. Again, this one looks like it may bottom out here in just a couple of days. This may be your last chance to get Solana at these prices. And let me just zoom out here a little bit. I wanted to show you guys something here. I was kind of looking at, I didn't even put this on the chart really. Let me go ahead and do this right now, just to show you guys what I am seeing here. And what we have forming here is a big megaphone pattern. And so you can see that Solana is setting within this. I don't think you're going to see it back below $150 unless something happens where the markets just want to wick down or possibly crash for some reason. I don't think there's anything that's real seriously wrong with the markets at this point. So I think that's highly unlikely. I think if something like that does happen, I think it'll be very quick, possibly just a day or two. But anyway, I just wanted to show you this megaphone pattern because it looks like the next leg up, we may run into a little resistance here right around 200, but once we break through that, I think we have a stop here possibly around 235, and then towards the top side of that megaphone pattern, again putting in a series of higher lows and higher highs. So that is my short to midterm perspective on Solana. I still think Solana probably goes up to around $1,000 or possibly more this cycle. So You still have that potential to do something like a 5x on Solana. You'll also have Chainlink sitting at $18 this morning, cooling off just a little bit. I expect it to probably bounce around in this range now. Hopefully come down here, find support, bounce back up. I think anywhere around that 1760 level would be a good entry point for Chainlink, and you could probably see that here possibly in the next couple days. As you can see, the RSIs are on the top side and cooling off, coming down just a little bit. So you may be able to get those entries, but to be honest, I still think this is a good spot entry on Chainlink, and I really like what Chainlink uh, does as far as its utility. In my opinion, outside of Solana, I think Chainlink has probably some of the best fundamentals with what they are trying to do. All right, guys, if you're interested, you can buy crypto, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Chainlink, Avalanche, and many more on iTrust Capital in a tax advantage IRA. When you're making gains, you will be taxed on those gains. So if you do it within a normal brokerage account, then you will be taxed capital gains. If you sell your crypto to take profits in less than 1 or 2 years, so this is a good way to avoid those capital gains taxes. And iTrust Capital allows you to buy, sell, and trade crypto, gold, and silver 24/7 with low cost and no monthly fee. They also have over 4,500 plus 5-star reviews on Google. I use iTrust. I rolled over a portion of my IRA to iTrust, and they were very helpful in setting up my account. If you're interested, you can click the link down below. All right, guys, don't forget to go follow me at Mind of Financier on X or Twitter. I am Mind of the Financier on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. Uh, but yeah, you can follow me over here where I post anything I see going on within the markets related to stocks, commodities, and crypto. Obviously, this is crypto season, so I have been more focused on that currently. But I come from the traditional investing and savings world, and have been getting into crypto. I am an investor and swing trader. I've been investing for over 20 years now and started trading during the great financial crisis. That's when I started buying my first stocks. Um, so, anyway, I am here to share with you anything that I see that is going on the markets, whether that is good or bad. I know some people don't like that, but I just like to be honest and break things down for you and give you a realistic view of what is going on. All right, guys, if that sounds good to you, be sure to hit the like button, drop a comment below, let me know if there's anything you want me to take a look at, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. It is Thursday, almost the weekend. Tomorrow is Friday. I'm sure everyone is excited about that. Uh, anyway, guys, I hope you all have a great day. Until next time, guys, be legendary, take care, and peace out.